certified.
Welcome, Clix.
Welcome to your first day, Clix. Welcome to Feastables.
Where am I?
You're at the Feastables HQ. This is where we make our chocolate. You've heard of Feastables, right?
No.
Nah, don't worry about it. So, if you come over to this first room, this is where we taste test different formulas.
Check that one out.
Who's that big guy?
He's your coworker.
It's cacao. Fair trade certified. Taste it. Taste it.
I don't want fruit. I want more chocolate.
That's in that. That's in that.
Anyways, we're known for having the best chocolate in the world, which is why we taste test so much. Let's keep going. You probably don't want to know what's in there. Don't worry about it. But this room, this one's important. These people are reciting our mission statement.
We will eradicate child labor in the chocolate industry.
Who are these two people?
Also, your fellow employees. It'll all make sense. And then this room. This is where you'll be working.
Come on, can I get a pen?
Yep.
Everyone, this is your new coworker. He goes by the name Clix.
New guy is ugly.
We literally look alike.
All right. Go ahead, turn it on. For his orientation, we have something very special planned for the four of you.
I'm tired of this shit.
Indy 500 winner Alex Palou would love to run a NASCAR road or street course, and the TV numbers for NASCAR's first streaming race are interesting.
Hi. So recently I've been seeing a lot of people blow up for like girl voice trolling on Fortnite. But me personally, I don't think the reactions that they get are like as authentic as they really could be. I feel like girl voice trollers' voices are like too good to be true. You know, like sometimes they like don't sound like an actual female, you know? Like if you're a female and you haven't been mistaken as a male, you're not a real female. I know that doesn't make sense, but you would know those who know. Like, some y'all just sound too much like a female, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I really can't. Anyways, I'm just gonna load into a game. Hi.
Hi.
I like the pickle skin. That's great.
Thank you. Let me see your skin. Oh, that's fine.
Yep.
Ooh, that's fine. I'll let you pick.
I really don't care. You can choose.
Pick any spot you want.
I said I don't care. You can choose.
It ain't gon' nah, it ain't gonna work.
Your name is Marky?
DeMarco?
DeMarco?
Yeah.
Isn't DeMarco like a men's name, or is it a female's name?
I mean, my name's Mary. That's what the MAR is for. I don't really know.
How's your day, Mary?
It's great. What about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. How long have you been playing?
I think I joined like around December of 2023. What about you?
Pretty sure like 2018, 2019.
Yo, let me hit it.
Yo, stop, bro.
Let me put my
Yo, stop.
cheesecake.
Sorry, that's my little brother. Sorry. Stop, yo, stop. Stop.
Wait, what is he doing?
She just saying some weird.
Oh.
Saying some weird ass.
You love dildos.
Don't listen to him, okay?
You love dildos.
He's asking if he wants to put this pickle in you. I follow me.
Let me smash.
No, stop, bro.
No, let me put my nacho.
Hey, Mary,
Yeah?
did you have a little lamb?
Oh, yeah. I definitely did.
Be honest, bro. Stop lying, because I heard that song so many times, and I think it's you, Mary, that had it.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely the Mary in the song, for sure. They wrote it about me,
Yes?
probably.
You're lying. Tell me you're lying right now.
Dude, it was probably created like 100 years before I was born. How old is that song?
I don't know, like whatever age you are, where you go.
I don't know. I'm just walking.
Follow me, follow me. Get down, get down, get down. Oh shit. I follow me.
He's a pussy. That's Tara.
Come here.
Bro, I might just turn off my computer after hearing that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Just...
What are you doing, man?
Mary, why are you staring at my pickle? Mary, stop staring at my pickle.
Okay.
No! Sorry, Mary. Sorry. Why don't you play like duos?
Why not, dude?
Just asking a question. Why are you taking shit personal, bro?
No, I just said why not? Like, why wouldn't I? Yoink! I hate this guy. Oh my god.
People everywhere.
Dude, what the frick is up with this guy?
I just saved your life, Mary. Say thank you. Mary, are you serious right now? Taking a chug jug and I'm dying? Are you fucking serious?
Well, what do you want me to do? We're dead here anyways.
Add me back, add me back.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Ooh. Ooh, wow.
You add me back.
What'd you say?
Add me back.
Why?
So I can play more. Fuck.
Well, not when you're cursing at me like this.
Not you. I'm just saying in general.
Hey, can I put my ding like in your living and make it clap and slap? I'm his little brother, so okay.
Okay.
I was just wondering if I could just have one chance.
Chance out. Chance at what?
A life with you. I was wondering if I could put my big dill bickle in your bickle. He told me that he wants to touch your dingly. He wants to touch that bussy in every part of your body. And also he says he wants you to leave because he only wants bad girls. And you won't leave. You're just such a biatch to leave. And you do shy. And that's a fine shell right there.
What are you saying?
Can I play it my car on my?
But you see, I thought I would've. Oh my!
Can I put my Quando bingo in you?
Okay. I'll see you later, dude.
No! Let me just put my dingling, wingling, sickling.
What? What? I'm gonna play again. That was great. Hello? Do you have a mic?
Damn.
Damn what?
Yes, I have mic. I have the
Okay.
mic. Your name, DeMarcley.
It's DeMarkle.
Marco. Wait, are you a girl or boy?
I'm a girl.
Okay, right, yeah. How long have I been playing this game? How old are you, by the way?
I'm 15. What about you?
Oh, 15. 17. You want me to add you so we can play more or no? It's up to you.
If you want to.
You sound like a white girl. You're a white girl, right? Or you're not. So you use Snapchat a lot.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Yeah. I use Snapchat a lot too. There's people behind you. Watch out. Well, behind you. There's people behind you. Watch out. Get in this house. Let's go in this house. There's too much people. Come here. Get inside. Drink this. You're gonna be safe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay. You're gonna be safe. Okay. Oh, fuck.
What's up, baby?
Oh,
Riz. Hi.
hi. How many snap core do you have? If you don't mind.
I don't know.
Wanna add me on that?
2 seconds. There.
I'm 15. What about you?
17. Oh, Texas. Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Whoa. Hey.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
Like, I was asking you if you wanna add me on Snapchat. If you want, it's up to you. If you don't, that's okay.
I'll see.
Yep.
The OKC Thunder are heading to the NBA Finals. Boy, oh boy, did they come out and gain of a foul and put the foot on the throat. They showed a graphic at one point in this game, and it said the Minnesota Timberwolves had 15 made field goals and 15 damn turnovers to match. Talk about a legendary defense, and we've been talking about it forever, but damn, this is one of them things. And we've also mentioned how home court advantage hasn't really mattered much in the postseason. Yeah, it has. Just in OKC, the Garden don't really get that level of pop and win or energy from the team to match the crowd. No other place has really done that except for OKC, where they now have only lost one playoff game this entire run. This team is ridiculous, and we've been saying it, we've been preaching it, but even then, there were so many skeptics, there were so many people that had question marks, and some of them were real question marks that I can't look past, but I feel like they've answered almost every single one of them, and they are 4 games away from potentially raising the Larry O'Brien trophy. We got to talk about it, but I do got bills, and in order to pay those bills, let me run this ad for you. Stay tuned.
This video is brought to you by Mando. Mando is the real deal when it comes to smelling well. I'm always trying to be conscious about what I put on my body, and having the right deodorant is pretty essential, right? Mando is vegan, free of dyes, cruelty-free, has no parabens, and no sulfates. And it is long-lasting. It gives you up to 72 hours of odor control. You do got the traditional whole body deodorant, which is for pits, packages, and feet. Packages and feet, I'll say that again. You also get the body wash. You get the deodorant in a cream form. You get a spray form. But my favorite of them all is the deodorant wipes. I keep these in the car. I keep them in the gym bag. This is a real essential. You never really know when you're gonna break into a sweat and you need to just freshen up. And Mando hooked me up, which means that I get to hook y'all up. If you hit the link in the description and go to shopmando.com and use code Kenny, you can get $5 off your starter pack. And I want to tell you, that is basically over 40% off of the starter pack. And that starter pack comes with everything that I showed you today. Shout out to Mando again for sponsoring this video.
Shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think on tomorrow's podcast, I'm going to go more in depth about what could potentially be next for them. But it definitely felt like they came out into this game with the idea that this is where the series ends. You think about last game with them being this close to pulling off, and tying up the series 2-2 with Nikhil, Jaden, and Dante all having big performances, but Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle not coming along for the ride. I can understand how that will be demoralizing, and you had to come 2 days later to OKC to try to get the spirit back up. I don't think they were able to do that. So, again, I think I'm going to talk about them more tomorrow because I do want to spend more of the time shining light on the Oklahoma City Thunder because they've been able to do and be as good as I anticipated. They just tweeted me a clip of me talking about the OKC Thunder before the season started. We're talking about preseason. And my exact quote was, I like almost everything about the OKC Thunder. My first thing was like my finals prediction was Thunders versus Celtics. Obviously, the Celtics didn't get there. But the Thunder thing I felt pretty damn good about, even though the Western Conference is that insane, right? They had pretty much answered all of the questions, at least in my mind, going into this season. You think about them going back to their series against Dallas last year, they were missing three-point shooting, and they didn't really address that. They're actually on pace to be one of the worst three-point shooting teams to win a championship if they do end up winning a championship, which is some interesting stuff. I think they'd be bottom 3 since 2000, if I'm not mistaken. But the three-point shooter was a thing. The rebounder was a thing. And the biggest question was, could their number 2 guy be a number 2 guy? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been the number 1 guy in like 2 playoff runs at this point, and he has been as consistent as ever. Whether you like watching, you hate watching, you think he has a great whistle, whatever, you have to admit that this guy is good to give his team 30 a night regardless of what coverage you throw at him. I mean, you do have the anomalies like in game number 3 that was where he had 14 points or whatever, but more times than not, he's giving you 30 points, and he's doing it effectively. So the question turned into, will Dub be ready? And I thought that last year there were many times in the Dallas Mavericks series where his team desperately needed him to look like a number 2, but he wasn't necessarily ready for it. Last series, for 6 games, we were like, damn, this could be it for OKC because Dub is shooting 30% from the field. He's shooting 22% from 3, and they really need something like that. They need him to step up because Chet Holmgren wasn't playing as good as he can play either. And then game number 7, J-Dub answered every question you could possibly ask about him. When you look back at his stat line overall through that series, it won't tell the full story about him being, really bad for 5 of 6 games. He did have the 30-point game in there, and then him having that game number 7. But since that game number 7, J-Dub has been basically all of the accolades that he has accomplished for the regular season. He has now carried those over for the postseason, with him being an all-star, with him being an all-defensive player, and with him being an all-NBA player. You're seeing it. You saw it for the entirety of this series. The rebounding aspect, I don't know if I remember over the last 3 series between Memphis, Denver, and then Minnesota, if I cared about the other team crashing the offensive glass like we saw them get toe up at in the regular season and in the postseason last year. Sam Presti went into this offseason and said, hey, we need a big. Isaiah Hartenstein's had a great run for the Knicks. Let's overpay him for his value, but we can afford to do that right now. There's a team that's thirsty to give up an all-defensive caliber player in Alex Caruso. Let's just give them a scrap player that we don't even like ourselves. And Josh Giddey, I think you could still be great. I don't know. They did everything right. And one thing people I remember is that they've been able to draft so fucking well in the Sam Presti era. Obviously, you got the Alexei Pokusevskis and the Ousmane Dieng picks occasionally. But outside of that, Chet and J-Dub were the same draft class, wasn't it? Pick number 2 and pick number 12, pick number 11 or something like that. This year, they drafted A.J. Mitchell, who, is a real ball player as a rookie. And I can imagine how good he could be as a role player next year. And then they got the dude in Nikola Topic, who was a top 5 protected pick before he got injured. He's just chilling. This team is poised to do we talk about it being a parity era. I don't want to act like just because they're in the finals right now, that means that next year they're going to make it. Next year they're going to win. But because they still have to win 4 more games for even to have the conversation about them winning this year. But they are more equipped than any of the previous champions to do it again. They are more equipped. I'm going to say it again. They are more equipped to do it again more than any other recent champion. And that is insane to say. Because as good as Chet Holmgren is right now, think about this. As good as Chet Holmgren is right now, and he's damn good. He's already one of the best defensive players in the league, and he is probably the worst he'll ever be. He's in the finals. What? Come on, man. Nobody loves an open 3 more when they're up by 40 than Lou Dort at home. I can't sing the praises. And, people have called me a Thunder Glazer this entire season. But the reality is I just saw this team, as many people did. I'm not on the island by myself. Majority of people looked at this OKC team, what they did last year as being a 1 seed, and they could carry that over and get better. But I just saw them as a team that was so well equipped to pretty much answer any question the team threw at them. And so far, we're seeing that to be true. And they're 4 games away. They're 4 fucking games away from winning the NBA championship. And they would be one of the youngest teams to do it. That's nuts. And it made me think, is this team the anomaly, right? You think about, teams having the average age of being 28 to 34, where they're real rotation players when it comes to NBA championships. Is this team the anomaly, or as a part of it being the parity era, if you will, or this new age, will we see more teams be relatively young and win early? I came to the conclusion this is an anomaly team. They have an all-time guy in Shea. Call it what you want. He's an all-time guy. I know, again, people don't like him, whatever. He is an all-time player already. They have an all-time kind of defender in Chet, and it's very early on, so I'm projecting here, but there's a world where Chet stays healthy for 10 years. He's a 10-time all-defensive player. And Dub's amazing as well. And for them to have the Casons off the bench, it's just, I don't know. They're going to the finals. And in this game, we did, obviously you can tell I'm not at home. Can you tell that? We shot our episode of our TV show tonight, so we all watched this game together. And we got notebooks without, I got my phone taking the notes because I don't bring the notebook out of the house. And by the 3rd minute, I stopped taking notes because we kind of looked at each other and said, yeah, this is it, right? We could talk schematically, but why? Because this is it. When you force a team to have 4 turnovers in the first 2 minutes, you know what I'm saying? They've been able to put their foot on throats and close out these games. And I think that is very important for a young team. And now they're about to go into a series, again, probably versus the Pacers. And I think this could be a really good matchup because there has not been a team just yet, and maybe this changes, that their lead guard has been able to say, I had a good series against this defense. And I'm talking about this version of defense, not last year's version of defense. Whether it be Ja, who said he was figuring it out, but whether it be Ja, whether it be Jamal Murray I think he had one really good game in that series, whether it be Jamal Murray or Anthony Edwards, none of these guys have been able to penetrate this defense. And obviously, the head of their snake in Indiana is Tyrese Halliburton, who is a different kind of guard than the guys that I mentioned. So I wonder if, again, I'm projecting because that series still ain't closed, and I'm going to have a week to think about this if they close out the game tomorrow. I wonder if the play style of Tyrese Halliburton being different than what Anthony Edwards does or what John Morant does or what Jamal Murray does, if that shifts some things from OKC. I'm not completely sure. OKC was completely okay with giving up corner threes this entire series. And Aaron Nesmith shooting 50% from three. I don't know if you want to get that one up. So I don't know. I'm leaning very, very heavy OKC, but I think it could be very interesting. Quickly, because I have not been on Twitter, but I can recognize that the conversation around the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be widely negative. And again, I'm going to do a deep dive about this on the podcast. I don't know a world where they could do some things this offseason where they would be better than this OKC team. Let me say that. But also, I don't think that they should be over panicking about losing to a potentially historic team. It feels very similar to what I said with the last series versus Denver, especially seeing how OKC took care of business in this series. That, like, maybe Denver is closer than we all anticipated, right, with them taking them to 7. I think that Minnesota is still a really good team. And if you told me this was a conference finals rematch next year, I wouldn't call you crazy. So I don't know exactly what they would do, but I don't think they should hold their head low because they lost this series, because I genuinely do believe that OKC was just that much better than the competition in the Western Conference.
XSET Adrian donated $2 through Super Chat. Bro, WTS is TS turn TS
What
off.
was
Nobody
the most
wanna
chaotic
see TS.
period in Clash Royale history? Some may claim it to be the October 2022 meta. Others may claim it to be the period after The Little Prince was released in November 2023, when it was the single most
Put your seatbelts on, buckle up, because we got a lot to talk about in today's video, including Clix absolutely dominating Peterbot off spawn. But there was also some huge drama yesterday that almost potentially led to Clix's trio splitting up. Who was actually able to win the last FNCS Showdown Cup of the season, and so much more. We're going to see what starts though. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. Please just go K-Dog in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to spur me even more. Follow me on my Twitch, because we're going to be back streaming tournaments next season. So make sure you guys just go drop a follow if you guys want to watch them with me. Without further ado though, let's give you guys some backstory and talk about why Clix's trio almost split up. Now this thing is honestly pretty crazy. I did not think that it really already got to this point, but I am super glad that Clix and Yamzo and their coach of BloodX are seemingly taking the steps to make sure that this isn't a future issue as well, and they're trying to resolve everything right now. I want to roll the clip for you guys of Clix explaining everything, and then I'll kind of give my thoughts on it after.
Zoe's thinking about dropping Higgs. Yamzo, I'll be honest, Yamzo's done with it. Yamzo's pissed, Bud's pissed, and I'm happy that Higgs tweeted that. If Higgs doesn't change, we're playing with someone else for Major 3. Only saying this publicly, and I hope he watches this, and I hope people get mad at him, because there needs to be a change. There needs to be a change. If we want to be a winning trio next season, there needs to be a change. So I'll tell you guys basically what happened. 4 days before this, I was on calls, the whole Beast team, every single probably like 18 people to set up this whole PC, dual PC. I brought my own PC. I brought my own monitor. I brought my own thing. What does that show? Passion. I care. I want to win. No matter where the I am, I want to win. Every single 5 seconds, he'd have FPS drops, and his shit would go down to 30 FPS every 5 seconds during eval, right? He told us he's gonna fix it, and it's fixed. He told us the day after, it's fixed. His shit all good to go. What happened 1 hour ago? Higgs tweets out, "Hey, can anybody help me when my 30 FPS drops?" Didn't you just tell us you fixed? After he just lied to us about that reason, the whole reason we played with Peterbot. BloodX messages me. Yamza messages me. Yeah, we're finding a new third. I don't give a f. I'm just putting in perspective that, like, Higgs needs to know that he's privileged. Like, he's in the best trio. He is one of the fucking best. We're playing with Higgs. He tweeted out that he's lazy. So every single person just needs to know. I had to explain his tweet, because he just tweeted that I'm a lazy bum and things will change. Because if things won't change, not my call, obviously, but Ginger's call, Zora's call, that we will not be queuing up for him until Globals.
I mean, honestly, my first opinions on this is absolutely insane passion from not only Clix, but also Yamzo. This is quite literally a Star Wars season where we see some of these pros playing with different teammates every single week. Trios that just won grand finals, placed second place in grand finals, aren't even taking this serious. Peterbot quite literally wasn't even playing half of the tournaments this season. Cole literally just played his first tournament today, and Clix's trio is still majorly getting on Higgs. And I definitely do think that it is pretty unacceptable from Higgs for making these like fake promises that he's going to be able to play, and then come tournament time, things are continuously going wrong for him, showing that he isn't as locked in as Clix and Yamzo are. I think that this does show a real winner's mentality from both Clix and Yamzo, and they're showing that they are willing to basically sacrifice whatever it takes to be able to eventually win in FNCS, which I do believe is the mindset you're going to need if you want to win in FNCS nowadays. The skill gap is so high right now, and especially for this team that realizes that they are this close from reaching their ultimate goal of winning FNCS, they all need to be on the same page, and they all need to be locked in if they want to accomplish that goal. Hopefully Higgs is able to lock in though. I completely understand this from all perspectives though. Let me know what you actually think about this in the comment section down below. Let's actually move on to how NA went now. So for the first time since November 9th of 2024, we have a trio cash cup winner other than Clix or Peterbot, and that winner is none other than Reed, Cooper, and Curly. The trio that just finished third place in last grand finals officially booked their ticket in the LAN, and now have won the last cash cup of the Star Wars season. They finished with 376 points, won 1 out of their 6 matches, and got 45 total elims as well. Their best games of the day were like a 13 elimination win, 13 elimination second, 7 elimination second, and a 7 elimination fourth. They ended up winning this tournament by 40 points, but if they were able to convert some of those second places into wins, they would have won this tournament by so much more. Just an absolute dominant showing from them. It seems like the vibes are still just at an all-time high with all three of these guys. They look like they absolutely love playing together. I cannot wait until we get into next season and we finally have some tournaments that matter again for FNCS, because this is going to be one of my favorite teams to watch. Second place though, the trio that I actually predicted to win this tournament of Acorn, Bolts, and Sphinx. Now they finished with 339 points, won 1 out of their 6 matches, and got 28 total elims. They were the most consistent team of the day, getting an average placement of 5.5. And I'll put their match history up on the screen right here because they only had 1 game today outside of the top 5. I just really hope that when these guys go back to their official trios of Acorn, Adris, and Poyo, and then Bolts, Kanata, and Sphinx, that these guys are going to be able to go back to the top of the leaderboards. I said it in yesterday's video, this really was just the perfect opportunity for some new teams to absolutely dominate and win the cash cup, since Clix and Peter did end up contesting each other, and that is exactly what happened today. Also, honestly, huge shout out to Kanata for looking like not getting dropped after not playing a single tournament this season. Being able to go on vacation for an entire month and still having your exact same trio going into the next month is almost unheard of in Fortnite. That's just absolutely insane loyalty from both Bolts and Sphinx, and I hope that they're able to pop off next season. Third place is a trio that just got back together of Rapid, Booga, and Threats. So if you guys didn't know, yes, Booga and Rapid decided to drop Muzz to pick up Threats again, and both of the original trios just went back to how they were before the mini snakening happened. This trio finished with 324 points and got the second most elims in this entire tournament with 43 total elims. Huge shout outs to these guys. Fourth place was a super underrated trio of Mason, Kykson, and Chimp. I honestly don't really know anything about Kykson, and it's very rare that we have a top 5 leaderboard where I've really never heard about a player from there, especially on NA. Fifth place was Sandman, Broken, and Northern. Now this team surprisingly was able to get the most wins in this entire tournament, getting 2 total wins. Their best games from today was a 7 elimination 3rd, 2 elimination 9th, and then back-to-back wins with 9 and 8 elims. Super great performance from them. Very curious if they're going to be able to keep that up going into next season now. Sixth place was Muzz, G-Money, and Rise. I feel like this is just something I always say about this trio. Their ceiling is always going to be around a 4th or a 5th place, no matter who Muzz and Rise play with. And in a cash cup where they really did have an opportunity to just go out there top 3 or maybe even win the cash cup, they finished not even inside of the top 5. I think this was a little bit of a disappointing day from them. 7th place was Golden Void and Ozone. 8th place was actually an EU trio trio of Sened, Malabuka, and Marius. So shout out to the EU boys for still being able to place top 10. I'm literally probably over like 80 ping. And then in 9th place, while contested for 6 out of 6 games, was Clix, Higgs, and Yamzo. They finished with 206 points today. We're not able to get any wins, but still got 29 total elims. Now, yes, if you're wondering how the off-spawn fight went, Clix's trio ended up beating Peterbot 4-2 off spawn. Now this honestly was something that I was not expecting. I said in my video from yesterday, I know Clix's trio has so much more experience off spawn here, but Clix was literally playing this event from the Mr. Beast headquarters and he was on like 50 ping the entire tournament. So I did not expect Peterbot, who was on 0 ping, Ritual, who's on 0 ping, and then Cold, I don't know what ping he's on. I'd have to assume he's maybe on 0 ping, but I thought at the very least they would go even. We literally got to see insane moments from this tournament where Clix and Yamzo were like 2v3 Peterbot's trio. Yamzo really is just one of the greatest players in the game right now. Like that dude off spawn is just an absolute go. He can solo clutch from pretty much any situation. We're about to have some crazy conversations about Yamzo soon because oh my goodness, he has just impressed me so much over the past couple of months. And then rounding out the top 10, we had Taki, Eshu, and Vert. Only had a couple other big name teams outside of the top 10, like Craze Virgo and Shadow in 13th. Honestly, not 100% sure what went wrong for this team after having such a strong week last week. Visuals Brazen and Minish finished in 14th, another trio that had a really good season last season, qualified for LAN, and were pretty quiet this season. Hopefully they're able to lock in for the next one though. And then in 21st place is the trio of Ritual, Cold, and Peterbot. Now, am I any more worried about this team going forwards? Honestly, probably not. This was literally Cold's first tournament of the season. Peterbot and Ritual have like no experience landing there in general. And that's not me like trying to make like cope excuses for them or nothing. They absolutely got their asses handed to them off spawn today. But I don't think they're like any worse of a trio now because of that. Of course, the map is probably going to change a substantial amount going into next season as well. But I am very curious that if this is still the best drop next season where both of these teams want to land, is Peterbot going to end up leaving the drop spot, or are they going to contest each other for an entire season? Because I have to assume that even if it's not at the first order base, both of these trios are going to want the best drop on the map. I think that has some real potential to turn into a massive ego battle for both of these teams. What an entertaining last catch up of the season though. Let's actually move on to how EU went now. Now in EU, absolutely dominating performance from the Phil trio this week of Wox, Tayson, and Pixie. They put on an absolute masterclass in this tournament, finishing with 323 points, winning 1 out of their 6 matches, and getting the most elims in this tournament as well, with 38 total elims. Now someone can let me know if this is incorrect in the comment section down below, but believe it or not, this is Tayson's first Cash Cup win in almost a year. The last time that he has been first place in a Cash Cup was the Duo Cash Cup on July 25th of 2024 with Yamzo. So we are literally coming up on almost a full year since Tayson's last tournament win. This trio really did play so insane today. Their best games were like a 5 elimination second, 12 elimination win, 13 elimination third, 5 elimination 8th, and then a 0 elimination 18th in their very final game. But it didn't even matter because they literally had over 100-point lead going into the last game today. Something that was so insane on EU was just the zone pulls that we saw. Like, oh my goodness, those are some of the craziest zones that I have honestly seen in Fortnite history. We were getting like full water zones, we were getting over the mountain zones. It was just absolute madness. Great tournament from this.
Hello. 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 Oh, the XP thing? Oh, basically, what YouTube says it is, I can explain right here. What's the leaderboard? A place where fans can stand out in the community, get a top 3 badge for being the type. It resets every stream, and you always can do it again. You get XP by sending messages in the chat, and sending super chats and super stickers. I'm pretty sure it's bugged right now, though. So, I think YouTube broke it. But that's how it works. It does say it's 18 plus, but Pretty sure you guys' YouTube accounts are over the age of 18. Oh yeah, thank you again to Adrian for the $1 dono. Appreciate it. Thank you, Adrian. And then thank you Raxi for the 99-cent dono. And then thank you Adrian for another $2 dono. Bro. What does WTS mean? Alright, let me add you guys' games real quick. Raxi and Adrian both sent the $1, right? And then Adrian sent another $2. Okay. Alright. Played Rocket Racing without me? Bro, I'm the GOAT at Rocket Racing. Alright, chat. Any members or donors want to play ranked? They're supposed to release a evil Ray skin. Yeah, but right now the community leaderboard chat is broken because Raxi, you should have gotten XP for donating. Adrian should have gotten XP for donating, and everyone's stuck at 75 XP. So I am almost positive it's broken. Let me see if like anybody else is streaming with it on. I know Xander was. Let me see. Yeah, everyone's stuck on 75 XP. It's just broken. But it's a good way to see everybody that's typed so far, I guess. Which has been 17 people, I think. Oh, you're almost Emperor? Nice. Yeah, Ozzy had it on too. I didn't turn it on, but it's just on automatically. Alright. What are you hosting, Bentley? Peter's getting washed? Yeah, he's falling off. When Clix was on 40 ping. Yo, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I'm not even live on Twitch. Who followed me on Twitch? Yo, thank you, Yo Timmy, for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, you're Timmy? Oh, I got you, Adrian. Okay. Alright, you're not even on. Or I don't see you on, Bentley. Are you still hosting 3v3? Oh, you're not? Okay. Any members or donors want to play ranked? While we are waiting for Bentley to get on. Let's see, I need to do some stuff real quick. Yo, let's go Adrian for upgrading to a tier 2 member. W's in the chat.
X set Adrian has become a member. W's in chat.
Yo, thank you Adrian for upgrading your membership to the tier 2 member. Appreciate it. Tier 2 Playz member. Alright. What am I doing? Alright, I know what I was doing. I remember. I'm smart enough to remember. Alright, let me check who has. Yeah, just request to join Adrian if you want to play. Oh, there he is. He's hosting threes right now. What is this XP thing? It's supposed to be like a leaderboard for people that are active or donating to the stream. It resets every day, but right now YouTube it's broken on YouTube, so everyone's stuck on 75, so there's nothing you can really do. Because everyone's stuck on 75, and even if you donate, you don't actually get points for the XP, so it's just broken. It'll fix itself probably whenever YouTube fixes it. Be right back. You're getting your dog? Okay. Can you help me get to elite? Please, I'm silver right now.